Okay, next bit of wood. Interesting, obviously this was where the nape branch come out. Thinking it's got to reverse again. Bowl somewhere there. I'm just wondering what I'm going to catch up here. Whether or not. If I could make. Okay. So. Have a look at that. I thought that's quite interesting. I'm just going to catch a little bit. I'm hoping I'm going to get something like that on a smaller scale. And we've got, I mean, this mottling, I agree, that's quite nice. This is what, yeah, that's more like it. You see, so the bowl, it's going to line it. I've looked at the bottom, I did think about a bowl there. Just the this purple line sort of running down through the middle of the small teaspoon or something like that. Because looking at it, where the handle goes up into here, we've got these lovely colours here, so we might catch quite a bit of the handle, these nice colours. Yeah, have this nice wood from the top of the bow back to probably there or something, and then it will graduate into this, so that could be really interesting, something different. So I'm just going to have a look now, start bowling out and see what it looks like. Going for something different here. Different shape bowl. Might lower it down a bit on the front. Right. Okay, that's where we got to so far. Just about to finish the axe work now. Go on with the knife work. Something to get into like this pattern here. It's right. A little bit better. I want to slope this down, see what I can bring out on this handle here. Looks interesting, but the grain looks like it's going that way and then change to that way, so this could be a tricky area. Yeah, it's got potential. Quite like the shape of the bow. We shall get rid of these axe marks. That's odd. Grain's going completely different way than it normally would. That's one thing about convex knives, they're fully stroke sharpenable. Don't have to go to the hone, don't have to go to the Waterstone very often. Should get about, I don't know, 30, 50 strokes out of them, maybe 100. Maximum 100. Depends. Depends on what wood you're doing. Carving. Edge polishing now. See that? Just a little bit more on the tip. I'll tell you the truth, that the tip's what gets the real work, does the real work, does more work than the rest of the knife. This is Peak Clean paste on here, and I don't use soft leather, it's got to be hard leather. Soft leather folds around the blade and blunts the blade. Sharpens it for a few times, but then it blunts it for the sake of carving wood. You probably wouldn't notice it if you were doing utility, but when it comes to carving wood, it's got to be razor sharp, and anything that folds around, anything that's soft, tends to give you the convex that over convexes. You get the convex you're given rather than the convex you want. When I'm edge polishing, I do it very delicately. Find somewhere that's in good condition on the strobe. Let's try that. It stalls there. I think I've got a little chunk out there. Let's try again. Sharp, sharp. Yeah, it's a little bit. Not surprising. It's had carving this wood. It's ridiculously hard, but near enough. Okay, moved on quite a bit. Didn't like the bow, so I've took it down as much as I can to keep the lip and just made it into a more conventional shape. Didn't like that. I'll change it a little bit here. It's pretty much there. Got this nice pattern on the top, which I'm happy with. I'm just reducing this handle. It's not in proportion with the bow. It's quite a weird thing. You know when it's wrong, but it's hard to define what exactly makes it in proportion. I think I've reduced the length a little bit, but it's just the size and the balance is too much. It's too handle heavy, so I'm just reducing that, get that thinner, keep this nice curve. take away from the bottom here because the best grain patterning is on the top, so probably. Okay, there we go, there's the finished product. Sorry it's a bit of a rush video, but woke up with a bit of a headache this morning, haven't really felt in the mood. I had a few problems with this, but I hope you agree it's come out alright. Obviously I didn't like the bow, I had to change it a bit, so the goes to show, doesn't it, when, you know, if you look back, how different the shape this bow was by just cutting it further down, I mean right to the limit. See, I'm right on the limit there. How you can change the shape of the bow by just going further down. I like this. This is a lovely pattern. You just wouldn't get that without the fact that there was an off branch. You can just see that that's from the off branch. And that's from, you know, that's your normal grain. Fairly ergonomic. Quite nice at these eyes. These little like lie knots. Unusual. Sort of tearing up everywhere. What I could have done with the hindsight now, thinking about it, instead of cutting so far down into the bow originally, because what I ended up with was a shape that I didn't like in the bow, not to have cut down so far and just had the whole top of the spoon this colour, and then underneath I'd have got the heartwood would have gone all the way along then, because I wouldn't have been so far down into the half round. So yeah, I probably would have done that. Thinking about it now, if I see the same sort of thing again, I would probably, with this lovely grain, I probably wouldn't bother with going down into the heartwood into the bow, and would just have the heartwood running to the bottom of the bow. It means you're hitting quite a precise layer, but then I would have had the heartwood running all the way along the bottom of the spoon. I think that would have looked better, but happy enough with that. I just don't think there isn't any real way of getting these interesting grains without taking on knotty, twisted wood. Anyway, hope you enjoyed. Hope you've you know, hope you can take some stuff from this for your own spoon carving, or whether it's just, you know, hopefully it's interesting for those that don't spoon carve. You know, there's the sort of things to look out for. Or if you've been doing the same sort of things when you've been wood carving and you want some to have a change, bring a bit of interest back into your spoon carving, and it's worth looking out for these unusual bits of wood. You know, obviously spalted yew isn't everywhere, but any wood, especially apple, pear, anything with a heartwood, you can always put it aside in the shed somewhere out of the light, let the damp get to it for sort of 6 to 18 months, 2 years, and it's amazing what patterns I've seen. Laburnum, spelt, beech, apple. Just by sticking it out, you don't want it. You want to stick it somewhere out of direct sunlight, because it's got to stay at a fairly low temperature for the fungus to stay alive. It's got to have the moisture content of the wood has got to stay at a consistent, roughly consistent level. So that your fungi can stay in there, live and do its thing for several months. You don't want it drying out in the sun. It will just split. And the thing about it is, once something spalts, some of the guts is eaten out of it. If you can catch it just right, then you can actually carve with the heartwood. I mean, there you go. I mean, this is my crook spoon. Spalted beech. You can see. I don't know if you can see it there, but that's the heartwood. I've carved loads of things that have been spalted beech, and none of them have cracked. So let's say you get the tension seems to be eaten out of them, providing it spalts somewhere that's not in direct sunlight. Well, it's not too wet, or it doesn't go too far, because there's like different fungi that go into the wood that make way for the next lot of fungi. Obviously if you get too far, then the wood starts losing all its weight and strength, and it's no good to you. It's a real rot. But yeah, there's another knife. That's, see the heartwood there? These cracks were already there. It's beautiful wood. Spalted beech, makes great knife handles. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed, and what should my next bit of wood be? I don't know. I haven't looked at it yet. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. Bye now.